If you're training using a push-pull leg setup and your chest and delts aren't growing the way they should, there's a very simple reason for it. You see, most guys are trying to prioritize both in the same session. And if you're doing that, you're actually destroying your performance and muscle growth potential without even realizing it. So to avoid this, I'm going to show you a smarter way to structure your push training sessions so that both your chest and your delts grow massively for more effective programming. First, the issue with the traditional push day, most guys will generally start with some heavy chest presses. They'll do flat or incline, and despite these movements being the primary focus for chest, your front delts are still getting smoked on these movements. And now by the time you move on to your shoulder pressing, you're not fresh. Your reps are going to drop, your load's going to drop, and all this is simply due to fatigue. As a result of this, your stimulus for growth drops. You're effectively training the chest well, but your delts are suffering. And now if you were to flip this, it gets even worse. If you were to start with overhead pressing, your chest work later in the session simply becomes redundant and understimulating. The bottom line here is whichever muscle group that you hit second ends up missing out on growth potential every time. Chest and delts share a lot of overlap, and that's one of the main reasons people actually train them together. But it's also the reason that if your programming is not set up properly, neither of them grows well at all. The front delts are involved in almost every pressing movement you do. So when you stack a compound press after a compound press, you're going to run into the same two problems. Fatigue that kills your performance, and you can't overload both properly in the same workout. That's why so many guys who run push-pull legs have flat chests, underdeveloped delts, or both. Now, that's not to say that push-pull legs doesn't work well. In fact, it's actually one of the best splits for most people. But most people are just running this split completely wrong. A better approach is actually simple. Run 2 push days, one prioritizing the chest and one prioritizing the delts. This lets you train both muscle groups fresh. It keeps the quality of work high every week without overlap, without fatigue, and without ruining your performance. Now, push day 1 is going to be chest focused. You're going to start that session first with your compound chest movements. So that's going to be your incline barbell or dumbbell, or your flat barbell and dumbbell. You could even do weighted dips here. Your chest is fresh on this movement and your shoulders aren't pre-fatigued. Then when you finish your chest work, you're going to move on to your delt isolation exercises like lateral raises. Now doing it this way, your front delts are actually going to be stimulated with your chest pressing, and now the side delts are going to be trained directly with isolations. But your chest gets priority here, and you're going to be able to go heavier, and your overload stimulus is going to be greater in that session. Now, push day 2, we're going to flip that priority. You're going to start with your shoulder press compounds first. So your overhead barbell or dumbbell presses, or even shoulder machine presses. You're going to be able to train your delts while they're fresh, so you can push heavier loads and harder sets. Then, at the end of that workout, you're going to hit more of your pec isolation exercises, like your dumbbell cable flies, machine flies, high to low flies. This is going to give you the best of both worlds. Full delt performance and quality work, and high quality chest volume, all without sacrificing performance. If you want to bring up your chest and your delts, you should be running 2 push days. Doing it this way gives you 3 massive benefits. Better overload for each muscle group because you're stronger and fresh on everything. Better recovery because chest and delts stop beating each other up in the same workout. And overall, better development because you finally prioritize both of them without making any compromises. This is how you build a massive chest and delts with an effective push-pull leg split. Now, if your push days have been holding back your growth, this is likely the fix. 2 focused push sessions, clear priority, real performance, and effective growth strategies. Now, if you want me to build your full training split, structured the most effective way possible for muscle growth, and you want to work with me one-on-one, click the link down below for coaching, and I'll set you up. And as always, if you want to see more of the best original bodybuilding content just like this, make sure to hit subscribe.